Greatest album runs in heavy metal history. Let's get into this. At number 8 is Black Sabbath. Now, Black Sabbath is where heavy metal began, and over the first 4 albums they experimented with a formula to make it heavier with Paranoid, faster with Master Reality, trippier with Volume 4, and somewhat more boundary pushing with Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. They made a few bangers with Dio in the 80s, but it was in the early 70s that they had their intro-convertible peak. At number 7 is Iron Maiden. In the early days of Iron Maiden, there were some significant lineup changes. The first 2 albums with vocalist Paul Di'Anno, 1980 self-titled album and 1981's Killers, were pioneering classics. However, Bruce Dickinson then took over vocal duties on The Number of the Beast, and they soared to dizzying heights in terms of popularity. Despite the absence of virtuosic drummer Clive Bird, this doesn't hold back Peace of Mind or Power Slave, albums that have some of Maiden's greatest songs, like The Trooper, Is This High, and 2 Minutes to Midnight, and which have pretty much cemented their status as stadium ruling anthems. And number 6 is Pantera. Pantera's musical approach was vastly different pre-Cowboys from Hell. Once superstar vocalist Philip Anselmo joined the band, they began to dominate the decade through their power groove devastation. Vulgar display brought in a standard of heaviness in the genre's upper echelon, and Pantera's music only got more aggressive as time went on. Just listen to Far Beyond Driven, The Great Southern Trendkill, and Reinventing the Steel. And number 5 is Gojira. Gojira had been active for a few years and 2 albums in, but by the time they delivered From Mars to Sirius, this helped increase their popularity outside of France. Musically, Gojira explored different levels of progginess, melody, brutality, alongside making the environment their lyrical focus. And number 4, it's Death. Looking at the sequence that kicked off 1990 spiritual healing, the first 2 albums, Scream Bloody Gore and Leprosy, are trailblazing death metal releases, but the 3rd album is when Death found their level, taking the youthful, cartoonish, gruesome genre and just turning it into a serious work of art, also expanding the palette in stunning fashion. Extreme music has never been quite the same. And number 3, it's Ghost. Ghost have skyrocketed over the course of their 5 releases: the Opus Eponymous, Infested Sonum, Meliora, Prequel, and Impera. They went from obscurity to stadium-filling, award-winning stars. Those 5 albums just rule. And like the band's own trajectory, the popularity around those albums has gotten bigger over time. And number 2 is Slayer. The 1994 album Divine Intervention is definitely underrated, but looking at the first 5 albums by Slayer, from 1983's Show No Mercy to 1990's Seasons in Abyss, Slayer were hard and disturbing during that time period, as most metal bands weren't quite doing what they were doing in regards to their unholy approach to thrash metal. However, putting aside Slayer, the trajectory that subgenres like death metal, grindcore, and black metal took in the 90s definitely raised the bar for heaviness in metal. And at number 1 is Metallica. Metallica's first 4 albums were among the best, thrash records that is. Then came the radical shift in musical approach with the release of the 1991 Black Album, which was slower, bigger, and also catchy. While swerved the line in the sand for much Metallica fans as they deemed it musically controversial, it was still regarded as a classic, probably the best-selling metal album ever. Say what you want about the Black Album, it just objectively rules. So there we go, guys, let me know in the comments down below how you would rank these album runs, and the link to the original list will be in the description down below. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.